What's up, family? How y'all doing? All praises due to Allah, Allahu Akbar. Yeah, it's just another day in the bay. I'm just relaxing. I had some deep thoughts on my mind I like to share with the family. All praises due to Allah. To be perfectly honest with you, family, we playing right into the hands of our own destruction. They say if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you're not producing any kind of results, your condition, it's insanity. So going to church, going to mosque, going to all these different places is really keeping us in the same old condition because it's a vicious cycle and it's already been set up to destroy us and break us down. Because it was set up for us and we just became willing participants because we saw other people engaging in it and we thought that it was the right thing to do. But many people are led in the wrong direction and hard to lead in the right direction. Think over that. And many are called and only a few chosen to do the will of God. So what are we doing, people? Are we fooling ourselves? Or are we just playing a game that's feasible in the eyesight of white supremacy? Because the whole system was founded on white supremacy. And the very idea of white supremacy must die in order for God to live. And we know we was born in sin and shaped in iniquity. We followed someone else that was already in rebellion to God. Because we had been uprooted from our native tongue, our land, our culture, and our way. You understand? So they beat us into complete submission to their way. Now we're more European than the Europeans. We have their culture, their tradition, their way of life, their laws, their customs, their everything. Now, how deep is that? To be more European than the Europeans because we're stronger mentally and physically than they are. That's a fact. So now, under their system, they systematically destroying us. And we playing right into the hands of it because we don't know no better. That's all we know. So this is why God, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, in the person of Noble Drew Ali, in the person of Marcus Mosaic Garvey, in the person of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, in the person of myself, in your person. God is in all our person. The job of the person is to cultivate the God within you so that you can reach your full potential and capacity in doing the will of God. The will of God is treating people like you want to be treated. Respecting yourself. You respect other people. You got a good attitude with yourself. You got a good attitude with people. You work cheerfully with yourself. You work cheerfully with other people. You treat yourself good and nice. You treat other people good and nice. You know what I'm saying? People. But this system has totally divided, conquered, and destroyed the black man in particular. And it's terribly sad. It's terribly sad. And then, our sisters unconsciously now doing us a terrible disservice. you know. And then now all these lesbians and dykes and homosexuals It's just terrible, people. It's terrible. So I mean, what do you expect God to do under these type of conditions, people? Just think about it. All this madness, chaos, and confusion. People doing what the hell they want to do. And we just out here. Victims of circumstances. Black people, just still at the bottom of the. It's 2019, people. It's 21st century, huh? Listen to what God is saying through me to you, because God been with me my entire life. My grandmother used to pray over me because I had a problem with my leg as a child. Growing up, one of my left leg was shorter than the other, so my grandmother used to oil it down all the time and pray over it and all that. But it eventually grew back. And I've been anointed practically my whole life, believing in God and having the Spirit of God over me through my grandmother, because I lived with her most of my life. So what I'm saying to you people is God has practically always been with me, even though I didn't really understand it. I didn't really understand how God has been in my life and involved in my life until I just really stopped and took a look at my life experiences and what I've been through in life, and to know that there has to be a higher power with me. So all I'm doing is trying to encourage and inspire my people to believe and step out on faith and do God's will. Because when you do God's will, family, your debt is paid. You understand? You have to do it because this system don't give a damn about us. They faking like they our friends. They not our friends. It's a crab in a barrel syndrome, and it's a snapping attitude with these people out here. Everybody's snapping. You feel what I'm saying? So we gotta step out on faith, family. We gotta step away. We gotta extract ourselves. It's called extract our people and relocate and facilitate facilities. We have to get facilities and put our people in the same, because if not, they're gonna be victims of circumstances. And Donald Trump and I'm already talking about the homeless condition and doing something about it, how they fed up, statewide, nationwide. So people, we got to get our people. It's got to be a great separation. We got to extract ourselves from this system, because we're constantly being rejected. We're constantly being abused. We're constantly being victimized. So why live a life like that? You better off, dead, because you just waiting to die. You know what I'm saying? It's like no fight. Only fight is with the will of God and doing God's will and praying and fasting and studying and sacrificing yourself, to God, and thanking God and loving God and not giving yourself any credit. And then on top of that, family, you don't even have to worry about getting fired. And you don't even have to have an idea of white supremacy in your head. Because most of our people are infected with the idea of white supremacy, and it must die in order for God to live. Because they're systematically destroying us. They systematically have us in the chokehold, people, and I just witness it every day. And it's sad. That's why they say the more knowledge, the more grief, the more wisdom, the more sorrow. But I gotta get up, because it ain't me. It's the God in me. You know what I'm saying? The God in me getting me up to do His will, because if it was up to me, I might lay in like other people. They get these big houses and everybody just lay in their house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just laying up, man. Who can lay up the longest and all this. Come on, people. We got to get out and tell somebody how good God been to us, man. Come on now. Now, do you really love God, or you just love being selfish? Now, think about it. Think about your conduct. Think about your behavior. Think about what we doing. Because we victims, and a lot of us are living in denial, and we know we're in denial. How can you make honest days living with a dishonest system? Everything has been dishonest. So you got good gifts, you got talent, so they draw you out. Now you think you something, and then they destroy you, assassinate your character, take your money, then set you up for death. It's a constant pattern throughout history with our people. And then to appear successful, But to know that you have drastically failed, what a nightmare. And that's what we live in America. The American nightmare, because we never lived a dream, because the only dream is to do God's will and to be caught up in God's mind and just trying to please God. That's the only reality. God is the only reality, people. Another day in the bay. I love you. I know God love you. This is the only reason why I'm doing this. Thank you. Thank you very much. Peace. Peace and goodwill. I'll let y'all later on my next video. One love.